Hello traders, welcome to today's video. It's another Monday, it's another Bitcoin update. I hope you had a great weekend. We're going to go over some trades that I have in mind for the coming few days, some levels that I think are important, my bias, and also going to cover a short trade that we took last Friday that really massively exceeded any targets that we did have. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one fairly short. Because you guys don't really have attention spans anymore. It's like 2023 and people's attention spans are probably shorter than the length of this video so far. So try and make it towards the end. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. So first of all, I want to just mention that every Monday, of course, I give this update to the crew, going over all of the really important levels. We've got a Notion site here that just runs over all of the important levels that are there, and yeah, a few charts on here. We're looking at the kind of the high time frame bias, looking at where we are within the range right now and where we might be able to find some support. And we've had a bit. I guess I sound like I'm a broken record, really. Like, we continue just to make higher levels on everything. And we are continuing to build these bullish divergences. You can see even within the range that we're in right now, you can see a lot of negative delta here with an increase in open interest, showing that shorts, where price is at the moment, back down towards the range lows, starting to get a little bit of excess with the short positions here once again. Now, this on the past 4 occasions has led to a move up, so therefore, you would maybe think that this is going to lead to another move up. We haven't yet made a lower low within this range. Now, I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but we have made consistent higher lows and consistent higher highs. The point of control is continuing to move up slightly. And yeah, all of the major levels that we're looking at within here, the previous week EQ, the monthly EQ, the monthly POC, all of these kind of things, they are pushing higher consistently. So we have to therefore trade the trend that we're in, and we have to look at the support, which is actually what we wanted to see last week before the move up, with price coming down into this daily level before getting a bounce, as being really reasonable support. So what we were actually waiting for and hoping for last week was the move down to take liquidity and then get a bounce towards the top of the range. But what we ended up getting was just basically a Monday sweep of weekend lows that then just led to a trending move up for the majority of the week, a quick move down into the golden pocket, and then off you go. So not the easiest week to trade last week. It was kind of difficult. And if we do add on the fibs here, you can see there that finding support at that golden pocket before getting that really big move up. And I ultimately have, I guess, a similar plan for that this week. If we do have a look at our volume sessions and we're looking at the way prices is as we're coming into Monday, I would personally be wanting to see a sweep of the weekend lows like we had down here. Okay, you had the Monday, you came down, you swept those weekend lows, and then you had a decent bounce. And we've got some really good levels of confluence above. So that for me is the main thing that we're trading currently, and the main setup that I personally am looking for. So if you want to set your alerts, it's just down there at like 30k basically. So if price comes down, hits 30k, takes out those weekend lows, then I think that would be a good opportunity, at the very least for a scalp long. Then aiming towards those weekend highs. But at that stage, we do have some confluence higher up. So we're looking at a setup that looks basically a little something like this. We want to give this room to breathe. Ultimately, I mean, your invalidation is essentially this low here. So you've got a good risk to reward on that. You're coming up, we've got imbalances above, you've got single prints that have been formed there. What we also have is that's the wrong one. The monthly EQ lining up around there. We have the previous week EQ that is there at 30,800. And also if we're going to go back and look at the range as a whole, then we have our range value area high that is there at 30,800 as well. So a trade from these lows, 30k, up towards 30,800, and then see if it can fill the rest of the single print. So you go take profit 1, taking out the Sunday high, take profit 2,800, take profit 3, 31k basically, nice and simple. Now, if that was to fail, then we have to start looking at the levels of support that we have below us. I'm going to just bring up a couple of charts back on the Discord here to save myself like getting all messy on this. Now, if you're looking at the range and looking at how the range opened up initially, so using this as your 0 and your 1, then these extensions have been quite nice, okay, coming into these negative fibs up at the top here. And then if we are going to get a move down, then that takes us around towards that 28,900, 28,800 area of support. And you can see if I just move my head, you've got a little bit of a period of consolidation around here. And then if we take a look at this chart, then it's all lining up quite similar. Okay, you've got some fibs there and you've got an MPOC that's coming down around that 28,900 zone. So if we were to, let's say for the first time, like you can see we keep making these, from these like big moves up that get retraced and get like fully retraced and then some, like we've seen previously, on each occasion it has made a higher low. So if we start to break that sequence and we seem like we're losing this significantly, then the next level down for me will be that 28,900, which is down here. Where if we just go on the session volume profile over here, you can just see that MPOC. Okay, so that would become the target. Nothing yet to suggest that that's the most likely outcome. I still think that a move up is probably a little bit more likely at this stage, just based on what we've had so far in this range. Okay, on every occasion so far within this range, it has led to a move up after we've had a move like this. Just something I want to briefly touch upon as well. So this is more just for the crew. I missed like the opportunity because a lot of this happened quite late at night when we had that bounce. So obviously we had the long position last week that we were talking about on the last live stream that, I mean, again, exceeded expectations. But it wasn't a case of like myself, like you have a head short at that stage, but you're not like net short as price comes up here. I missed the opportunity to get this, and I was basically like on that Friday just looking for a short opportunity. And once again here, if we do just go, I think if I just go back onto the Discord, we can see the point in which I personally went short. And that is here, okay, little short taken from local highs, nothing else on right now. And that was as price just came into the value area high of the day, the 0.5, the EQ of the day, and the initial balance low. And we had a few other people that were taking that trade along with us. French Bull was there, Kingtree was taking it, C Raven, a few people on here that were taking it, and that was the confluence. Now for me, I took profit really quickly because it was just a scalp. It was a very boring day, and then just set my invalidation above the high. But yeah, it played out like really quite amazingly well, with a move down of, well, how big was that? Even from our entry, which was literally the initial balance low there, then we got basically a 5% move down. I also had some limit orders to go back into a long as we were coming back down here. So I ended up scaling into a long it's roughly where we are right now on this chart. So basically just playing these rotations right now from the range highs, you're looking for short positions, range lows, you're looking for long positions. And until one of those fails, then there's really no reason to think that you need to be doing anything else at this stage. There's a few other things I could mention that are quite interesting. So if we have a look at this, I found quite interesting. So we're right down there when it comes to volatility. Again, we are expecting volatility, and in general, when we do get these periods where volatility is as low as it is right now, then generally it will get continuation again. On the last 4 occasions, it will get continuation. Have I got the weird eye thing on this camera right now? I just noticed that I might be like, hold on. No, I'm not actually. It looked for a moment like my eyes were doing the weird auto tracking to camera type of thing, which I don't want it to be doing right now. But yes, generally speaking, when this happens, we reach these periods of like extreme low volatility, you would tend to want to follow the macro trend. Depending on where your EMAs are, your 200 EMA, if we're above that, which we are, then you're generally looking for a move up, but that's not going to be giving too much in terms of a big trade here. I mean, we could very easily come down here, continue this low volatility before getting a move up. So who knows, we might find that price ends up significantly lower, we're still low, not getting much volatility, and then we do that continuation afterwards. But we know we're waiting for that 32, 33K area to see if price can get up there, and we're just continuing to play as long as we are making new highs, and your average price and your moving averages and everything are continuing to slope up, then generally okay, yeah, we have a very slight bullish bias, but trading the range as always. Anything else that's useful on here? Let's take this off. If we go over onto Agra, I don't need to repeat this. Look, CVD divergence is kind of insane right now. Oh, we are actually getting this move now. So maybe we're going to come down and take out these weekend lows in a moment, which would be quite nice. So I have to get off of this and take a trade in that case. And yeah, let me just, hold on. I need to open up my, there we go. Okay, cool. I've got this open. Over here, yeah, this 4 hours tends to be getting things pretty accurately as well. Against this low, bullish divergences once again, similar to what we had last Monday against this low, bullish divergences. So are we looking right now at being basically in this little phase of the week where we come down, that is the wrong tool, where we come down, take out weekend lows, and then we're looking for a bit of a move back up. What we would want to see then is an engulfing candle that basically, if this is the candle that takes out the lows, you want to see a green candle that starts to engulf, gets a close back above that 30,300, and then that would give you a really clear indication that, okay, we're probably likely to be extending this up towards around that 30,800 to 31K level. We're 12 minutes into this. As always, there's so much going on within the market, so much to cover, so I have to be a little bit selective of what we do go over on these videos. I'll be streaming. They're the opportunities to go into things in a little bit more detail, to start looking at altcoins. But yeah, overall, that is the plan, I think, for this week. Maybe, well, at least for today, seeing what happens if we come down and take these lows. If not, then you'd say a close above here leads you to higher prices as well. Continuing to trade with the trend, which does continue to be up despite the crazy hype that we had last week. And look, it's no surprise that this got retraced. It was XRP that led the move, so come on, like don't be stupid, don't get caught up into the hype. You had a swing failure pattern of range highs, you rejected, you came back tested. So short, right? It just makes sense. In exactly the same way as you come back down here, you take this internal liquidity, which is what we had been waiting for, you hit an untapped daily level and you get a bounce. Like, you just trade the technicals. So when we're down here, makes sense to be looking for long positions. After you have a big pump like this, makes sense to be looking for short positions. Yes, you can trade the breakout. At some point there is going to be a breakout, but trade the range. Like, it really is that simple. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching. I will be live as always, maybe even today, maybe even later today. I will post a schedule up in, well, whenever I figure out my schedule for this week. There, I may, yeah, when I figure out my schedule for this week, I'll post that up. But until then, yes, have a great day. Happy trading. Let's see if this long plays out in a bit. And that's about it. So thank you. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.